Hello, hello. Um, Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining me from, all over the world. It's another live session with Lady Ogor. Today I have a guest speaker who is a marriage counselor, a relationship coach, a renowned lawyer, and a pastor who will be treating the topic about tips on marrying right. This live stream or live session is geared towards the singles. I mean, every other person can also gain. Every other person can gain one or two from these tips. Sorry, I had to do something. I just move out, step out for a little. So thank you for the two people on Instagram. Thank you for joining in. Don't mind my sunglasses. I have some allergies, so I had to Reza Ara 3524 and is Aisha 09. Hi, I'm gonna send you a wave. Thank you for joining in. Appreciate you. Please stay tuned. I hope that you learn one or two. I'm waiting for the people on. The people on Facebook. There's nobody here. And on YouTube, I have one person. Fitness Run. Thank you. I'm from Nigeria, but I'm based in Massachusetts. So right now is practically 4:04 p.m. where I am. Tell me where you're joining in from. Oh, Fitness Room, you're from India. Thank you, all you my Indian fans on YouTube. You guys are always fired up. Thank you for joining in. Thank you, thank you. Oh, hi. Hi, Ujunwa Obiekwe on Facebook. Thank you for joining in. Please stay tuned. I think you've left already. Please join in, join in my community of positive thinkers. This is a new month. The month of November is a month of great testimonies. The month before the last is always the best. So be fired up for God's blessing upon your life. You have to believe. You have to trust God for the process. There is nothing God cannot do. What God cannot do does not exist. Trust God. Have you let your faith be rooted in Him. He's always your sure plug. So don't mind my sunglasses. I have allergies, so I can't I just covered up my my eyes. Okay. I hope you all started your new month with God. Put down your thoughts to Him, put it to Him, and try to be your best wherever you find yourself. And trust me, God will bring your destiny helpers to you. Okay. So trust in God, believe there is nothing God cannot do. So this is the 11th month, the 11th hour. You know that what that means. There is always breakthrough everywhere. So thank you for the 5 people on YouTube. Thank you for the people. Angela Onyemerukwe, my darling husband. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate you. Um, Today I have a guest speaker who will be treating the topic on marrying right. So this will be very beneficial. Thank you, Chidera, on Instagram. You're joining in from UK. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I'm waiting for our guest speaker. Thank you. So Eneki Hiono from here. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate you on Facebook. Thank you for the 5 people on YouTube. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate you all. Thank you for the people on Instagram. So we're still waiting on our guest speaker. I'm not sure why she's still, maybe she's Nigerian network is affecting her from joining in. So I'm still waiting. So I'm just gonna bring her on when she joins. So this is 4:08 p.m. where I'm residing, Massachusetts. So the people in India on YouTube, tell me what time it is over there. And I know your own time is really odd, and you guys also always joining. I appreciate you, my Indian fans on YouTube. Um, and hello, Chidera Machuku. Thank you, my sister, for joining me on Instagram from UK. I appreciate you. May this new month of November, favor us all. Always be your best where you are, and trust me, God will show up all the time. Our God is ever faithful. He never fails. So we just have to trust him, believe and trust in him. He will show up no matter what you're going through. So I know this is trying times for everyone, but I indulge us to all stay positive where you are and trust in God, and there's nothing he cannot do. Thank you, Patience Dauda, for joining in. Please share so that people can join in and benefit from this topic. I'm still waiting on the guest speaker. She's lawyer, a renowned lawyer Chidi Okafor. She's a relationship coach, a marriage counselor, and most importantly to her, she's a pastor. So come in, join in, come with your listening ears and open mind, and learn one or two. I'm waiting for her to join in. Okay, Chidi. Um, oh, I don't see. I don't know. Facebook is not giving me opportunity to. Yeah, I see you're here. Thank you for being here. I need to bring you on. What's going on? I'm waiting for. Let me take out my glasses. My eyes are. I'm forgetting cables. I can't. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, Chidi. It's not giving me the option of sending you invite. Let me see what's going on. It's Facebook. So why is your own? Some people have the blue highlight to send them invite, but yours is not. I don't see anything to bring you on. I don't know what's going on here. Oh boy. Okay. Why is guest speaker allow viewers to request to join? Yeah. So okay, now I'm gonna add you. Okay. So I'm bringing you on now. Okay, thank you all for joining in. Our guest speaker is here. She's joining in. If network will let her. Okay, she's almost here. Hi, Chidi. Don't mind my sunglasses. I have allergies, so my eyes are bad. So I had to put on. I have allergies, red eyes, so I had to put on sunglasses to cover it up. So don't mind, don't mind myself here. Happy New Month, oh. Thank. So thank you for being here. People are waiting for you. I've done introduction like 2 or 3 times, waiting for you to come. So the floor is over to you now to talk. Everybody has come with their listening ear, open mind to see how you treat this topic for us, me inclusive.
Okay.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me.
And Chidi, your fan is your fan is creating static, is making noise. If you put on fan, only make bottle.
Yeah. Let me off the phone. Please let me off the phone. This is Nigeria.
Make the fan low, not make it too high.
Okay, the phone is off now.
Okay, sorry, yo.
No problem, no problem. Okay, I'm happy to be here. I'm always excited to be here. So let's go straight to the topic. We're looking at tips for marrying right. Tips. So we just mentioned them. And before I start mentioning them, I want us to know that marriage is not a child's play. Marriage is a serious relationship we get into.
Yes.
And for the purpose of getting better and better and better. Nobody gets into marriage to get worse. So even God who created marriage said marriage is for better life.
Yes.
We could find that in Ecclesiastes chapter 4 in the Bible. And of course, any relationship you get into should be beneficial. Any relationship that is not benefiting you, don't have any business being there. You don't have any business being there at all.
Yes.
So what we should concentrate on is how do we marry right in order to enjoy all the benefits marriage has to offer. So it's important. And we know before you enjoy benefits of marriage, you have to have a right footing. You have to marry right. You have to be satisfied, be fulfilled. You have to be happy. There's so many factors there.
Yes.
But for you to be all that, I would like to give, particularly the singles, some tips today. It will help us. The first thing I want to say is, the first tip, number one, is don't marry in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry to marry, because marriage is a lifelong thing.
Yeah.
For us who fear God, and for us who believe that divorce is not godly, so we take our time so we don't make mistakes. We don't pray for divorce. We don't pray for separation. And that's why we take our time. We don't rush in, so we rush out. We don't just get emotionally into it and get emotionally out. So number one tip is don't marry in a hurry. Take your time. Take your time, because you know that you're going to spend there the rest of your life. I am standing on the grounds of scriptures to say this. Even if you don't want to believe in scriptures, you don't get into relationships in a hurry. You have to know who you want to get into a relationship with. You have to understand one or two things about him or her before you get involved. Marriage is much more serious than any other kind of relationship. You can look at marriage as getting into business investment. Is that serious? Because anybody who wants to invest his or her money looks well before he or she leaves.
Yes.
So for marriage, you also have to be serious. You have to look very well before you leave. So don't marry in a hurry. That's the first tip. Number two, don't marry out of desperation. Don't be so desperate that my mates have married. I'm old. Age is no longer on my side. Medicine is no longer on my side. For medical reasons, I need to get married, particularly for the females. For the guys, wow, I'm getting old. I'm not yet a father. I don't have a woman in my life. Don't marry out of desperation. Don't marry because you're desperate. You're desperate. And don't marry because you're desperate to belong to someone. You're desperate to cling to someone. Don't do that. You'll just end up hurting yourself. Because when you marry out of desperation, you're bringing down your value. You're bringing down your value. That means anything goes. Anything goes. And it's not so good. By the time you say I do, you realize that you shouldn't have married out of desperation. You should have been desperate. And then the third tip is don't be pressured into marriage. Don't be pressured into marriage. Don't allow the society to pressure you or your parents to put you under pressure. For instance, I take myself as an example. My younger ones, My mom was always saying, Adani, I want you married.
Yeah,
your sisters are married. Like my second sister was already married. My middle younger sister was already engaged, and there was no man in my life. And my mother was worried that Danny, you should be the first to marry. You should be the first to marry. People are mocking, people are saying things, and suitors were coming. And my mommy was saying, "This is the person. Marry this person. You should get married." No, don't be under any kind of pressure.
True.
Don't be under any kind of pressure, because if you're under any kind of pressure, you will make mistakes.
True.
You will make mistakes. So, okay, so that they will stop disturbing me, so that they will stop disturbing me, so that my friends will stop here, so that my mother will stop putting me under pressure, so that my daddy will raise his head in the society that he has trained girls and they are not yet married. Okay, let me marry to please my daddy. No, don't marry under any kind of pressure. Number 40, don't marry in a rebound or out of rebound. How do they speak that English? Don't marry when you are still hurting from a broken relationship. A lot of young ladies make that mistake. You're just coming out of a very hurtful relationship and you're getting into another.
Oh.
It's a very wrong thing to do.
You have to heal.
You have not healed.
Yeah,
Lady Ogor is a nurse. She knows all the medical terminology. She knows all the emotions. She knows all what is going on in your mind, your emotions, and all that. She knows all those medical terms. Don't marry in a rebound. Don't get involved yet. You must heal well. You must ensure that you're emotionally healed.
True.
A guy that a lady left, don't just get angry and say, okay, I'm going to marry, I will prove a point. You're not proving a point to anybody. If you want to prove a point to somebody, you end up getting hurt. You end up making mistakes.
True.
So all we're going to do in giving you tips to marry right is to avoid separation, is to avoid divorce. Last time we looked at divorce. You can avoid it. And if you're still single, please ensure you look into these things. They will help you. And then the fifth point is preparation. Preparation. A lot of single people prepare for a wedding. They don't prepare for marriage. All over the world. It's not just in Africa where I'm residing. All over the world. So many people don't prepare for marriage. They rather prepare for wedding. They can travel to Dubai, travel to the UK, travel to America to buy wedding gown, to buy suits, to buy their bouquet, to buy whatever, to buy their gold rings, whatever. But nobody prepares for marriage that is a lifetime. They prepare for weddings that are just events. Well, maybe 2-3 hours, at most 4 hours. Give it the whole day. When it's over, all the money you spent, they're all gone.
It's true.
They don't prepare for marriage. They don't prepare for marriage. They don't take out time to buy books on marriage to read. They don't take out time to attend marriage seminars. Like here in Nigeria, in Lagos, where I reside, I run marriage seminars every month. You practically beg singles to come and attend marriage seminars. Even online, I go online. Few join, people join, but you see they are not serious. You go invite and say, I see finance. I want to learn how to make money very fast. I want money. Without money, you can't make good relationship and all that. That's not true. Preparation is very important for the success of anything or any venture you want to get into. Marriage is not an exception. What is preparation? You need to get ready. You need to get ready. And because every human being is a tripartite being, is a triune being, we are 3 in 1 being. Your spirit, your soul, your body. You need to prepare your spirit for marriage. You need to prepare your soul for marriage. You need to prepare your body for marriage. Those who prepare at all for marriage prepare just physically. They just prepare their bodies, particularly the ladies. I want to get married, and you start taking folic acid so that you get pregnant as soon as possible. If you want it, you start shaping up so that your wedding gowns will enter you. You start rubbing cream so that your skin.
All of them join, my sister.
They start preparing. They start buying clothes. The guys will start, renting a house. Beautiful house, buying cars. Fixing fixtures in the house, making it look beautiful. Physical preparation.
I know. But sorry, my sister. Let me interject. Most times, most people marry being naive. I mean, they don't really have knowledge. Like you said, you might be there. putting out free marriage tips, but people don't even listen and to see they can get one or two, and they enter it with naive mind. So, so most times it brings out a lot of shock.
They make lots of mistakes.
Yeah.
And marriages are suffering.
True.
And at the end of the day, people believe marriage is a scam. Marriage is not a scam.
Mm-mm.
It's because there's no preparation made
True.
for it. Okay, imagine you taking exams. You take exams to get to the next class. You take exams to be promoted. You take exams to be successful in life. You go get trained to be successful in life.
True.
But when it comes to marriage, you feel you can just get into it anyhow. At any time you wish. No. Marriage is a lifelong thing. Marriage is like an institution. An institution. Marriage is an institution. We have different departments in marriage. We have different, just like you have faculty of law, where you have medicine, you have architecture, you have estate management, you have banking and finance. The same in an institution. That's the way we have all these departments in marriage. We have child rearing, we have child training, we have marital bed, we have finances, we have what is it called? We have chores in the house, gender roles. We have all kinds of departments. We have in-laws. There are different departments in marriage, so you must prepare for marriage if you want to succeed in it. That's the point. That's why we are giving these tips today. And I was talking about preparation. Don't just prepare physically for marriage. Prepare emotionally for marriage as well. And that's your soul. Get your soul ready for marriage. Your emotions should be prepared, should be matured enough to carry the responsibilities that come with marriage.
Yes.
Marriage is not just boyfriend, girlfriend. Marriage is very serious.
It is.
So you need to be emotionally prepared, emotionally matured to handle the responsibilities in marriage. So prepare yourself emotionally, particularly control of negative emotions. Control of negative emotions. Because if you think you will not experience negative emotions in marriage, that's not true. Because inside of marriage, you have a different personality, your spouse has a different personality. There will definitely be some kind of adjustments, some kind of conflicts here and there. So if you're not able to control your negative emotions, you fall out of relationship. So it's important that you prepare your soul, prepare your mind, get emotionally matured. Don't be a crying baby, just like Lady Ogor said about being naive. You get you're naive and you get into marriage like that. No, you just see yourself mess things up.
I know.
Get emotionally ready. Get emotionally ready. Read, study people, study marriages, study those who have made it. Study those who are successful in their marriages. Find out the secrets, because the secrets of men are in their stories. Let them tell their stories. And you will listen and you pick the points and add to yours.
I'm praying and committing it into God's hand for real. Yeah. Even if you are naive, He will help you make the right decision.
Yes, yes. And then when you're prepared, you also prepare spiritually.
Yes, very important.
We talked about emotional preparation. You need to also prepare spiritually.
True.
The one that outside marriage is a spirit being. And for you to even choose right, I always tell people when they come in for counseling and they are crying and they are making all manner of noise and all manner of statements, I ask, how did you meet him? How did you meet her? What made you say yes? What made your spouse say yes to? You need to, some would say, like a woman I spoke to 3-4 weeks ago, she said that she had her pastors convince her that it was God's will. In fact, that she met 3 pastors, 3 prophets who prayed and confirmed that the man was her husband. Now the man has other women that have given other women that have given birth to him. He's keeping how many families, and how can God give you a bad gift?
I know. Oh, that's so sad.
God makes rich and brings no sorrow.
Oh,
God
true.
can't give you bad gift. And even if you want to give prayer contractors, You must be personally involved in
True.
reaching out to the one who got married
Thank
to
you.
help you choose right.
Yeah,
When
you
it
pray
comes
for
to
yourself.
decision,
Yeah,
and
pray
don't
yourself out.
base your decision on who to marry on dreams and visions. No, they can be very deceptive.
True.
Very, very, very confusing.
Very confusing.
Don't base your decision to say yes to anyone on dreams,
True.
on vision. You must pray right. You must see God's face to be, to know who to marry, and God will guide you according to His words.
Amen.
This, like the book I read, the book I wrote on Get Married Soon. The title is Get Married Soon will help you. I know a lot of incidentally, the greatest feedbacks I've had on this book, Get Married Soon, have been after reading it, they broke engagements.
Wow.
After reading it,
please pin it in the comment section so people that watch later can also they can read the book. Yes.
Because the singles come in for counseling, and by the time I listen to them, I ask them some questions, and man, you find out that they don't even know anything about marriage. They don't even know themselves. They don't even understand what they are going into.
That's sad.
So you need to get ready for marriage.
No.
Now, the next tip I want to give is self-realization.
Actualization, yes.
Self-actualization. You need to identify who you are.
True.
You need to know you, to be able to know who fits into you, or who will suit you, or who will complement you. You need to understand you. A lot of young ladies don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
I'm talking to ladies because of their emotions. They don't realize early who they are. And then they make mistakes. Please take out time to study you. Understand who you are. Ask your parents, when I was growing up, how was I? Who was I? And then through secondary school, listen to people talk about you. Remember who you are, what you did, and then you've gone through university or you're doing business now. What are your likes and dislikes? What kind of a person treats you? What kind of a person would you like? What are the serious aspects of your lives? Please understand you before you say yes to another. Because if you understand you, you'll be able to know who you will say yes to, who will compliment you.
True.
For instance, my kind of a person, I can't marry a businessman in quotes. In this part of the world, I respect them a lot. I respect them. But any businessman that is not educated, Ogor, you know what I'm talking about.
Of course, yeah.
When you come to the Igbo tribe, they are into business.
Yes.
I respect them. They are wonderful people. But you see, my kind of a person, having understood who I am, if you have not gone through the 4 walls of a university, I won't be able to relate with you because of the things I've learned, the mental development, the exposures that I've gotten. We won't be able to relate. We won't be able to complement each other, except if I decide to, just jettison who I am and then live your life for you. And because I'm a woman, I would like to express myself. So I rather wait to choose right. And that was one of the reasons I waited till I was 30 years to say yes to a man.
I know.
So
but let me interject in that one. Sometimes it doesn't always work that way. God's ways are not our ways. You might see someone that you are not compatible, but that person might be the right person for you, even if the person did not go through the 4 walls of university. But I mean, that's your personal view. But in marriage, you have to be open because
let me throw more light on that.
Yes.
That is understanding you. You are the person, you as a person who is educated.
Yeah.
Who is educated, meaning that you educated, but you can marry somebody who is not educated. That's understanding you.
Yes.
I give an instance about me now.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
That description, that instance. That is me because I've understood me.
Of course. Definitely.
Other people will marry them. Other people who are educated.
And succeed. Some people do and they do. And they do well. Yes.
That's why I'm saying,
yes.
Understand who you are. I had a public health person marry someone who just went to secondary school. The marriage let me put the word, is filled with lots of disappointments.
Oh.
He said, I wish I hadn't married her. We don't think alike. We don't do things,
They're not compatible. I mean, compatibility. Yes.
When you talk about compatibility, but he married her because he believed it was God. No. You need to understand God cannot help you there. It's not when you are married that you can now start asking God for mercy. Because when the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do?
We're
talking about fundamentals. We're talking about foundations. So it's important you understand you. If you understand you
yes.
and see yourself the next 10 years, who will I like to become the next 10 years? Who will I like to become next? What will I like to do next 10 years? This person I'm going to marry, will it enhance me? Or will it bring me down?
I know.
Is it going to pull me down or is it going to pull me up? These things will now determine who you marry. When you see them, who you marry. It's important.
It's true.
Compatibility, you might have so many things in common. But be careful in choosing. You can have 5 men or 5 females. You have a lot of things in common. Now, how do you make your choice? You will now begin to eliminate. You do an elimination aspect of your person. You're human. But ultimately, you take it to God in prayer. He sees what is in the darkness.
True.
He sees your tomorrow.
Yes.
He sees his or her tomorrow.
True.
And then he will help you. He will guide your steps to be able to choose right.
True.
So the point I'm trying to make here in this tip or on this tip is that you understand yourself. The understanding of who you are
I agree.
will determine who you marry.
True.
Will help you choose right.
Yes.
When you don't understand you will choose wrongly because you will assume, okay, I'm this, I am that. Assumption, like I always say, is the mother of frustration. You get frustrated, and before you know it, you're out of that relationship. So it is important you understand it. And then finally, because there are so many things that these were just the things that came into my heart.
Yes.
Don't be so independent that you cannot merge. So if you're such an independent person that you cannot relate, because marriage is about relationship. Let's relate. Marriage is like a symbiotic relationship.
True.
You're complementing yourselves. You have to be interdependent on each other. In every marriage, for every marriage to succeed.
True.
If you say this is the way I want it, your husband says this is the way I want it, the way I says this is the way, you can't relate.
It's
so if
compromise and tolerance.
Train yourself to calm down and be flexible. Because what I'm saying is that I've seen in my counseling room where, no, this is what I want. And it's not doing it the way I want, so I'm
that's terrible. No, if you do my hair my way or highway, you will never walk.
Yes.
You have to compromise.
So you have to learn to be interdependent on each other. That's what relationship is all about.
True.
Interdependency. You must relate. You must complement. It's a symbiotic relationship.
True.
Bible puts it this way: serving each other in love, serving each other, submitting to each other.
Yes.
That's how the Bible describes it. So these tips will help you, choose right. It will help you to choose right.
True.
So, but if they have any questions, I would like to answer and be able to see what I can do to guide whoever asks the question.
Okay.
So let me pause here.
Okay. Actually, most of them, I know some people just come in and out. But I'll indulge everyone that is listening or that will watch this video after the live is ended. If you have any question, please, by all means, put it your thoughts on the comment section. The guest speaker would like to help and answer those doubts, questions whatever you have lingering in your mind about marrying right, or even any other topic she had treated in the past few weeks. She's If you've been following this series, I mean, I've been so blessed by her expertise knowledge. It's so helpful. So if you can go back and watch, and if you have any question, pin it in the comment section. If you're not able to do it live, I I see that only one person on YouTube, on Facebook, and two people on YouTube. So most times people just breeze in and out. So I I don't see any question from anybody yet. So, but I thank you so much for your always being willing to share with us your knowledge that God gave you. I appreciate you, my my darling sister and namesake. So I
Is it possible I just mention one more thing?
Definitely.
Okay, please. One more thing I forgot is, please, as much as possible, when you're choosing, please get into that relationship or marriage having something you put on the table. By this I mean, while preparing for marriage, ensure you have something doing.
Some skill, yes.
Ensure you have something you're bringing into that marriage.
Yeah, it's very important. Especially now, there is no way you can do it. Just come in and be Oriak. Sorry, I use my local dialect. Oriak doesn't exist much.
Don't be a liability to your woman.
I know.
You must have something you must put on the table.
True.
What are you bringing to the table? What are you going to bring into that relationship?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about ideas now. Of course, all of us have ideas. I'm talking about when it comes to finances.
Yeah.
Because
you're able to contribute.
Need money.
Yes.
Relationship needs money.
True.
To try.
True.
To make one happy.
Yes.
The aspect of finance is equally very important.
Very.
So find a job, find employment, find skills, work, and make sure the person you're marrying has something doing.
Yes.
And will be able to foot all the bills.
I know. Because it's terrible.
Put it into serious consideration.
Yeah, it is.
Serious consideration. But don't make it the top on your priority list. Because if you make it the top on your priority list, your eyes will just be focused on the finance.
Yeah.
And not on the person. And not on the character. You just focus on the finance. As long as it gives me money, as long as it brings in all that I need, as long as she's like in Nigeria now, a lot of young men are looking for nurses to marry.
In Nigeria or in abroad?
It's in the medical profession. They are in marriage.
In Nigeria? In Nigeria or in abroad?
Yes.
No, I thought it used to happen to. It's almost. Wow, it's not good though. Yeah.
Yes, like the medical profession.
Oh.
Or they're single over there. They don't mind marrying them, and then they will now bring them over there.
Okay.
Their focus is on money.
Yes, true. It's not good. Most times it fails for the most part. Yeah.
In that person, if you're focusing on finances. So please don't focus on finances, but make sure you have something you're bringing to the table of your marriage before you get into it. Prepare yourself in that area so that you won't be a liability, so that your value won't drop.
True.
So that you won't be pushed around or insulted anyhow.
I know.
There's dignity in labor.
Yes, always. Thank you so much. I'm with you on that. I know that some instances where people went back home that are living abroad, went back home and they were searching for people in the nursing profession, in the medical. Yes. Yeah, most of those marriages ended in tears. Some of them, they killed the women because their aim of using the woman to bring money. Maybe the woman comes and has her own goal too. So it's terrible. You can't just start your marriage, or that's a very faulty foundation.
Most of the universities with nursing departments or faculty of nursing,
wow.
I don't know how they put it. Most of these universities, the school fees to study nursing.
Yes.
Their school fees have skyrocketed.
Yeah, because they know that a lot of them, abroad men will want to. That's not good
Yes.
though. Most times they
I'm just talking about marriage. There are other reasons for demanding, nurses. There are other reasons, but I'm trying to focus on marriage and choosing right.
Yes. Oh, may God help us all, and most importantly, and if you're able to know that have a good relationship with God and commit it into His hands. I mean, because sometimes that lifetime decision is so hard, especially when you are young. It's so hard for you to be mature to really, some people don't even come to that actualization on time. Yeah, by the time they are getting married. So sometimes with God's help, I mean, I know that you shouldn't open your eyes, but with God's help, yeah, God is able to show you mercy. And when He sees your heart, He help you make the right everything. But one thing, no matter how, nothing is ever perfect. So there is no way that you are looking for the everything that all the things you're looking for all check on them. If you get 70%, if you get 80%, you thank God. Don't run with those ones that are good. Don't dwell on them, because many people, God will give them 70% that is, then they start dwelling on the 30% that is not right. You want to change it, then you forget the good ones. If you're grateful for the good ones, it will help you try. No marriage is ever perfect. Just dwell on the good parts. I mean, if somebody you love, even if the person does something that you don't like, if you still forgive and move on. Because if you committed into God's and you believe that what God gave you is the best, and you just believe it in your mind, and no matter what the hurt, no matter the shortfalls, I mean, with a grateful heart and with a happy mind and a positive spirit, you'll be able to get through. Unless in a situation where the life of each of the partner is at stake by the behavior, that's where I can pause and say, oh, it's unfortunate. But for the most part, anytime you put things into God's hand, He never fails. He never fails, and He always shows up and yes, and help you pull through. So thank you so much, um, my darling sister. She's let me introduce her again. She's a renowned lawyer. She's a relationship coach, a marriage counselor, and most importantly, a pastor. So I hope that we all learned one or two. I did. And the single ones, they are very lucky to have this free session from her. Don't take it for granted. I appreciate you. I believe my community of positive thinkers, we all appreciate you, Lawyer Chidi. God of great testimony.
And it's my month.
Yes, Lawyer Chidi, this is her birth month, precisely the 10th of November. Please show her love. She's on Facebook as Chidi Okafor. So you can follow her and make sure that you wish her well on her day, November the 10th. I love you. God bless you, sis.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye, Dad. Thank you for having me.
Okay, dear. Thank you to my Instagram followers. Thank you for joining in. Thank you, my YouTubers. Thank you for joining my Indian YouTubers. Thank you for always being fired up, even though the time difference doesn't let you it makes you joining at very odd times and you're at your time zone. I appreciate you all, and all you that are always being here. I appreciate you all. Okay. Yeah, so we were treating a topic on tips for marrying right. So that was what it was all about. So you can listen, go back to the video and listen afterwards. Thank you, and may God favor us all this new month. This new month of November will be a month of great testimonies in the name of Jesus. Amen. Bye bye.